That's another rendition of Summer Stories here in the Tyler Werner Show, and I have to say, this one, I guess piggybacking up off of the call out of the week, is a little bit, embarrassing, like Don McNabb's DUI was.
I'm embarrassed.
I'm sure. His second, that is. But personally, this one, I guess is a little bit embarrassing, you'd call it, but and it's very recent. It was just this past Tuesday. About I guess the past month or so, I guess I've kind of been more of a single man again, and after a brief little relationship, I guess. But anyhow, my friends and I recently, we just, a few, good friends of mine, we went to this restaurant couple times in the past couple of weeks, called the Tilted Kilt. For those who, I guess have never heard of it. I guess it's kind of like an Irish rendition of, I don't know, I guess an Irish version of Hooters, I guess you could say. You got, attractive women working there and, wearing kilts and,
Hey, woman! Hey, woman!
Yeah, and some guys, maybe going there and hitting on these said female servers and kilts and whatever else. But anyhow, that's, we're not necessarily there to do that. But anyhow, getting on with the story, I ordered, well, let's see, it was called Hoppy Hour, I guess you could say. So, they had a couple, they have a selection of things you can get. In fact, I got some pulled pork barbecue.
It was like sweet and sour pork, right?
Yeah, it's, Andy Reid, I guess, I'm sure would enjoy himself there. And I got these, what were they? They were like Cajun fries, I believe they were. And I typically, I'm a spicy food guy, and anytime I could spice it up with, I guess Cajun fries rather than just plain old French fries, why not? So I got those, and it came with this little, cup of horseradish sauce, I guess is dip. Now, at one point my buddy Evan, is saying, like, he's asking, what was that? What sauce was that? And I said it's horseradish sauce, and he had some kind of like, he was trying to remember exactly what he's like. Is that the stuff that if you like, take a big, like whiff of it or something, big like flushes out your sinuses and everything? And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of what it is. And that's, personally in the past I've actually done that myself at times too. Clear out sinus. It might sound silly, but it kind of works. Take some, jar of horseradish sauce, and you got to be careful. If you take too strong of it, just like, it's almost like you're gonna pass out or something. But anyhow, we're talking about, so here we're having this conversation here, this kind of random conversation here about, horseradish sauce. And then suddenly I'm like, well, they gave me these fries. They kind of put it in a glass in like a paper filling, I guess you could say. And the cup of horseradish, it was like a little plastic clear cup, the sauce was in, and it kind of like hung on the, it was one of those plastic cups that like hangs on this glass. And I'm trying to like dig down in the glass because the way it's set up, to get the last few fries or whatever, and surely enough, I knocked the little cup of horseradish sauce off, like right as we just finish up this conversation about what horseradish sauce, it clears out your sinus, whatever. It hits the table, and here I got some of my shorts and I got some of my shirt, but in particular on my shorts here in the middle of this Tilted Kilt restaurant with, attractive young ladies our age there.
I'm embarrassed.
And I mean, as far that's an understatement, I guess you could say. I guess I'm sitting here with this, and it's not like it was a whole lot, but it looked like a lot because it was just, a few globs of it just got all over, and that stuff didn't come off too easy on my shorts and shirt or whatever. So, and it was funny because our server walked by, I guess, as it was happening, and I wasn't sure if she saw it or not, if she saw it happen. But surely enough, about 30 seconds later, she comes back to the table here with napkins, and apparently, yeah, she did.
I'm embarrassed.
She did see it happen. So she brings some, do you need some rags? I'm like, I'll be all right. I think this is enough napkins. And she brings wet naps and whatever. And I guess I do the best job I can to get this, this white, substance, this horseradish sauce that probably, in the middle of a tilted kilt with all these, attractive young ladies working here, it probably doesn't look very good if I stand up or anything. But, I guess fortunately I was, I guess with the exception of our server, I guess I was able to, kind of keep that under wraps, I guess you could say. So that was pretty much that. You could still, I still had traces of horseradish, you could tell like something spilled there on my black gym shorts that I was wearing and whatnot, but funny enough, we afterwards we were, that was like our pregame meal because we were heading off to this park to play some volleyball for a couple of hours with there's like this funny guy, there are some guys that are like twice our age and beyond that were there, but it's funny, this one guy knows my friend, Evan. He kind of plays volleyball every now and then with, in like different like tournaments every now and then and stuff like that. Sometimes on another day of the week, we see him at this gym playing volleyball, this kind of open gym thing, and where you pay $1 and everybody pays $1 and you play for a while, and it was funny after we played after we got done. This guy, he's like, I think he's like in his 40s. He's got a kind of a ponytail, like he's got a big, he's got a big beard that he can tie, and he's kind of a funny guy. A single guy, no kids, in his 40s. He's got a ponytail and everything. But anyhow, it's funny after we're done playing volleyball, he says to his one of his, I guess, buddies, who's well beyond our age. He says, "So have you been to that tilted kilt yet?" And I was just, it's just like a big coincidence. It's like, hey, we were just there, and we started talking about too, and some of the funny names of dishes that they have. That they have like old Dublin Irish stew there, and just random stuff. And if we wanted to, we could have told him how, I just had horseradish spilled on me just a few hours prior to that conversation and everything. But, we didn't really get into that. And, just all kinds of, just a funny random day there regarding that, that restaurant and everything. So that's, another edition of Summer Stories right here in the Tyler Werner Show. An embarrassment, I guess you could say it's kind of up there with Donovan McNabb's second DUI. Me spilling horseradish sauce on my shorts in the middle of the tilted kilt here in Berks County, PA.
I'm embarrassed.
So with that in mind, that's another edition in the books of Summer Stories. Maybe the next one won't be as embarrassing on my part.
What is it about good sex that makes me have to crap? Guess it's all that pump and dump.
Pump and dump. Never stop the pumping. Always keep her satisfied. Pump and dump.
You really jarred something loose, Tiger.
Okay, Rocco, pretend I'm the girl that you want to ask out on a date.
How about maybe you and I, maybe we go out together, get something to eat, I don't know, maybe laugh a little bit, who knows, you know? I don't know, would you like to maybe, you want me to go out together? What do you think? Would you like to?
You need to make more eye contact and you sound way too nervous.
You want to hear me say it? You want to break me down? All right, I'm afraid. For the first time in my life, I'm afraid.
Having a tough time asking out ladies? You need to see Clubber Lang for a lesson.
Hey, woman. Hey, woman. I bet you stay up late every night dreaming you had a real man, don't you? I tell you what, bring your pretty little self over to my apartment tonight, and I'll show you a real man.
Build confidence with the ladies like never before with Clubber Lang's dating services. The most highly recommended in all of the Delaware Valley.
I am ranked number one. One! That means I'm the best.